welcome to Panther Update. I'm Becca Pang, and today we have volleyball head coach Tami Audia with us. So the team is going into the last two home games, tomorrow against Troy and Sunday against South Alabama. Can you just give me a preview of those games?
Sure. Right now it's all about Troy. So, as of right now, we are still in it to try to get to the Sun Belt Conference tournament. They take the top 8 of the 10 teams to get there. So right now we are really focusing on Troy. Essentially what needs to happen is for us to own the tiebreaker over Troy, we have to beat Troy by in 3 sets. Or if we beat them in 4 sets, then we have to cover 23 points in those 4 sets. So, we have to, every margin that we win by 25-17, we would be, plus 8 at that point in time. So, so we're planning on, coming out with a bang. And then South Alabama obviously is another important game for us as well. I think these two teams are very good teams. They have strong players at every single position. I think we match up really well with them, but it's going to take us from top to bottom, player number 1 on our roster to player number 12 on our roster to beat them, and we're ready to do that. I think that we had a really good run kind of here in this middle second half of the conference. And then, last weekend we played really well. We just, didn't quite have it. So we're ready to rebound this week.
And you just mentioned didn't quite have it. What do you think you really need to be successful and win this game tomorrow?
We need to attack. Our passing and our defense is still very steady. We're averaging, some of the top in the conference, in digs per set. Our blocking has gotten better progressively, actually, as each one of these games has gone along. But we need to attack the ball. Consistency is absolutely key. We have done a better job of keeping the ball in play in these last few matches. Now it's about balancing that with keeping the ball in play, but then getting the kills when we need to get the kills. So that's going to be huge for us. When you get kills, you end points. You don't have to continue to survive them. Both of these teams are very scrappy, and they're going to keep the ball going, which can be frustrating for attackers. But we need to, just keep a level head, understand where we are, understand when we need to put the ball away, that's when it needs to happen, and then understand that, if we're not quite there, we need to make a good shot on the ball that they're going to have to handle, and then and make it tough for them to counterattack for us.
So there's a lot of pressure on these two games, and you have a relatively young team. Who have you seen emerge as leaders, like on the court, but also, as motivators on the side?
I think our whole team is motivated, honestly. Of course, Emily, our senior libero, she is, the one that's out there, and the girls, of course, with her last home weekend, they're, definitely going to be playing for her too. Unfortunately, Emily only gets to affect the game when they hit the ball to her, being in the libero position. But, I have some high expectations for Natalia, our setter, this weekend. I think she is going to have a great opportunity to run a really dynamic offense this weekend, and she absolutely has the capabilities to be able to do that. And then, our attackers, like I said, it's going to take from top to bottom on our team this weekend to be able to beat both of these teams. I fully expect to be able to do that. So, everybody is kind of stepping up. Everybody understands the situation. Our practices have been very intense. Our focus has been very intense. I'm really proud of where we are right now.
Good, sounds great. Sunday is also senior day, and you'll be recognizing, you just mentioned Emily Averbeck. And actually yesterday she just broke 2 school records. Can you tell me what those records are and what they mean for the program?
Sure. Emily, senior day is going to be, bittersweet. She's kind of, she was the freshman, here in my first year. So we have, definitely grown together, as a player and as a coach. And, she's somebody that half the time I'll walk over to the huddle getting ready to say something and she's already saying it, so it's really nice to be able to have somebody like that. So, obviously next year we're going to miss her. But Emily broke the career digs record this week, yesterday. So In her 4 years here, she has amassed the most digs out of any defender, and then she also broke the digs per season record. She was already in the record books. I think she was at like 7th or something like that for the last couple of years, but now she has the most digs. And the best part is that we have 2, if not 3 or 4 or 5, who knows, however many matches left. So she's just going to continue to pile on with that. She's worked absolutely hard this year, and has even her digs per set is better than what it has been. The really cool part about it is that Emily wasn't the libero her first year; she was just a defender her first year, and she got a lot of digs, playing that way. But she was only in for 3 rotations. Now she's in for those full 6 rotations. So it just shows what caliber of a player she is and how hard she's worked to be really, really skilled at her position. So we're really, really proud of her. The team's really proud of her. It shows, all the hard work that she's put in.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, that's all I have. Good luck this weekend in your
Thanks.
upcoming games.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment with Emily Averbeck. Welcome back. We now have senior Emily Averbeck with us. So Emily, we just spoke with Tami, and these weekend games are really key. Can you tell me how the team's been preparing for them?
We've been preparing in practice every day. We go over scouting reports and we compete. We compete against each other and we let that translate into every single game.
So you faced both teams earlier this season. Does that help going into this weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely. We know their tendencies, we know what they have done, what they will do, and we'll just keep going on that and learn as the game goes along.
So just this week, actually the last game, you broke 2 school records. Can you talk about those a little?
Yeah, I didn't realize during the game, but I was told afterwards that I had broken them, and it was an exciting moment for not just me, but for my teammates and coaching staff, and it was really a nice thing that happened.
Yeah, it's great for the team, and it shows how far the program has come along. Have there been any other moments like that this season? Any particular games that have really stood out?
I personally or the team?
Either. Is there a game that you particularly did really well in?
Myself, I can't think of any, but I know team-wise, we played really well against Louisiana Lafayette, and we also played extremely well against Clemson, and I think we've been expanding, especially in that 4-game win streak that we had. We've just been to keep going.
What are your goals for the last few games? I mean, obviously to win them, but any other things?
To obviously win them, like you said, to get better. We want to peak in the last couple of games we have here, in the last couple of practices. We want to work hard and finish strong.
So you're a senior. What do you plan to do after you graduate?
After I graduate, I want to hopefully get an internship in the spring and go into human resources somewhere and continue my business career.
Cool. What are you going to miss the most about your Georgia State team here?
I'm going to miss everything. I'm going to miss the girls. I'm going to miss the coaching staff. I'm going to miss every aspect, the competition. I'm going to miss just playing the game. I'm sure I'll find other ways to play, but I'm going to miss it a lot.
Yeah, well, you'll have to come back and watch games then.
Definitely.
All right, well, that's all we have. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
For Panther Update, I'm Becca Pang. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.